Right, I've got with me the super fan, aka Taiwo, in the house. We've both witnessed, let's be honest, a disappointing game from Arsenal's point of view. We went into the game with a lot of optimism. The three new signings starting. However, I've got to say, it didn't work out. We lost 2-0. Ty, what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, I don't know about super fan. I think super lucky is more apt. Thoughts on the game? Disappointed, expected more. But, you know, we'll have to go again against Barcelona, and hopefully we can sort this out, you know, if it's going to happen.
Got to ask you, with the 2 goals, there's a school of thought that suggests that the goalkeeper, Ramsdale, could have done better, certainly with the first one. But the second one also, he's beaten on his near post. Do you think that's an acceptable criticism?
Yeah, possibly. He probably would be disappointed about not saving the first one. The second one, I don't know, because he was hit by pace by Jadon. So, but yeah, I suppose he would have. He'd probably be disappointed about 2, but.
And I've also got a raise with you. I know this was something that you was very keen to bring up during the watch along. The amount of fouls committed by Man United. I think their foul count was quite high. It would appear that a lot of the fouls weren't malicious, but even so, was that in the spirit of the game? You think not? Absolutely not.
But this is what happens when we play Manchester United. I don't have to go back to Jose Antonio Reyes, God rest his soul, what happened to him at Old Trafford. But I just don't understand what the referee's doing. Kelechi did make a good point. It's a pre-season friendly, it is. But how many challenges are you going to make? And what... He shouldn't shock me. He shouldn't shock me. I shouldn't be shocked. I'm in fact shocked. I am shocked. Is that Gabriel J got a yellow card for a foul, which is fair enough. But Manchester United were doing them all game, and they didn't get any. So I don't understand. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm getting very worried. Obviously, we've got one more preseason game against Barcelona. I'm getting very worried about our players getting injured because the tackles that were going in on our players, which weren't punished, were ridiculous. There was a terrible foul by Fernandes on Gabriel M. One that wasn't punished. So that's what. But this is what they do. But that is the referee. That's their job.
Okay.
If it's preseason, fair enough. But you're gonna let somebody get injured before you start booking players.
Yeah, the foul count was quite high. Let's stay on something a bit more positive, if we can. Are there any players out there today that did themselves justice in your view?
Yeah, I thought Bukayo played well, and Kieran played well when he came on, and Urin did all right.
And what did you make of the big money signings, namely Havertz, Timber, and of course Declan Rice?
Yeah, like I said, Urin played well. Declan, I didn't see much of him. He came off, didn't he? But I thought he'd done a great goal-saving challenge. He popped up in a full-back position to stop Manchester United. Kai, all I saw was a chance that he should have scored. He should, and he knows he should have buried it. So he'd be disappointed as well. And you saw Mikel's face. He should have buried it. So I don't know, but you know, it's really hard to say because even though it's pre-season and it's important, it's hard to say because we're all building up to, like Lee said, against Nottingham Forest. So it's hard to say. We can only really judge them, even if they score hat-tricks in every game, in the opening game against Nottingham Forest.
And finally, we spoke after the first game of the pre-season tour in America, where we won 5-0, and Balogun had come on. He looked quite sharp, and I know you'd said after that during our fan cam that you wanted to see Balogun again. There's one game left of this tour. It's against Barcelona during the week. I'm assuming that you want Balogun to start on Wednesday against Barcelona.
Absolutely. I think he should have got some game time today. Obviously, it's the manager's prerogative and the manager's choice, but I think he does need to start because he needs a chance. I do believe he's good enough, just like Eddie's good enough. And I'll say again, I said on Watch Long, and I'll come and say again, I do think there's a place for the 2 of them. Even though I still think we need to get a new strike. Why not? We've got so many games. Why can't 2 of them be important players for us? But I do think he needs to start. And I'll just say one more thing. As usual, there's nothing new. Manchester United are a disgrace. And I'm not even trolling. They're a disgrace. The thing about that is that I'm just wondering now, we have seen now what's going to happen. We've seen now that there's going to be no protection for us because this is pre-season. So that means, I hope we're looking at it because I'm sure Mikel and the staff are, because this is what we have to expect at Old Trafford and at Emirates. This is what we have to expect. Because this is a pre-season game, fair enough. But the challenges that they were making weren't pre-season challenges. They were to me challenges to take players out. And I'm not impressed. And one thing I will say, without going on rant, is I'm wondering now, is it wise for us to play Premiership rivals in pre-season games?
It's interesting.
I'm wondering because, and the reason why I say that, because I go back to the Mind series a couple of years ago when we played Chelsea and they purposely took out Thomas, and Thomas was injured before the start of the season.
Well, there you have it. Ty's not impressed with United. He thinks they're a disgrace. I'm not quite sure I'd go that far, but some of the tackles were a little bit heavy. But then it could also be argued that in a game of this, of such high profile, Arsenal versus Man United, it's never going to be what you would call a friendly. There's always going to be some passion there. So
No, Lloyd, that's true. But I didn't see us making the same challenges. If we made the same challenge, I can understand. But I didn't see them main challenges. So that means we're respecting them when they show us no respect. So then what that means that when we play them in the Premier League, we don't show them no respect. We go toe-to-toe with them. I'm not saying we should be dirty, no. But I'm saying that we fight fire with fire. Because I'm looking at them and they don't care. They don't care, so why should we care about them?
Okay, Ty feels very strongly about it, as you can see.